So here we are, this is the ESL Pro Series. I'm Madals and we're getting in to map number 3 of this best of 3. A first round game and spawning to the top left of Habitation Station. We've got representing Alien Invasion, Patience. And his opponent up to the top right representing Alien Invasion as well. The Red Zone player Golden. So a nice little bit of ZVP and for the moment Patience isn't cheesing. He's not going for that cannon or the Fortune on the low ground for the cannon rush. Not going for any kind of proxy gates or anything like that. And for people on YouTube, you get to get the shout out as well. Shout out to Grey JW for subscribing. You are awesome. You help support production of content and stuff. Anyone on YouTube, if you're wondering what subscribing is, you could have checked this out on Twitch. Because you can subscribe there. So big shout out to Grey JW. Thanks for the sub. Anyway, we're still looking good at the moment in this game 1. Nothing crazy is happening as of yet. We had one prediction from the chat early on that it was going to be a Nexus first out of Patience this game. And we'll find out very shortly if that is his plan. He's gone over that 150 minerals. Looks like he's going to be waiting it out. Not going for anything yet. Drone's getting pulled though. Golden, he is aware that sneaky stuff could be happening. He's just coming around being like, okay. He's going to go. Is he actually going to go hatch pull? No, okay, he's not. He's just checking for proxies. Good decision. Meanwhile, the chat prediction was correct. It looks like a Nexus first coming down from Patience here. Went super aggressive game 1 and game 2. And then thought, you know what? Let's play a macro game. Seems Golden is on that same track though. Should be starting up his spawning pool shortly off this hatch first. And he actually goes hatch pull and looks like he's going to do that. Okay. Not sure what he hasn't actually scouted anything to go with this. He's just going, well, there's no cannons in my natural base and I can't find a proxy. Guess he must be going for a gateway expand this time. Comes in now with the Overlord. Does see that, yes, that is indeed a Nexus. So, judging by that timing, probably a Nexus first. Should be pretty safe. Meanwhile, double gases and the gateway coming up behind this. All looking good. First scout now coming through for Patience. Comes to check the gold base, of course. That's something which sneakily some Zerg players will try and take early on. Maybe hoping to get a good little advantage there. Otherwise, in comes, sees the natural base taken, knows that'll be a hatch first. These two, of course, at such a high level of play that there is not an element of doubt that in their minds of these timings of when things start popping, of exactly what build their opponent is doing. So, everything really on the cards. These two know what each other are doing. Remember, they are teammates, so they probably practice together quite a bit, probably talk quite a bit, strategy, tactics. And so, having that knowledge beforehand can really influence things. So, while this game does look kind of standard for now, don't expect it to necessarily stay that way. This could be full-on mind games. This could be into proxy Nidus play. No proxy Nidus play. Nidus Swarm Host play, or like proxy Dark Shrine stuff. I don't know, maybe a carrier rush. Okay, not a carrier rush. That never happens, and it makes me really sad. I really wish there was a secret buff that made carrier rushing an actual thing. That would just make my year of StarCraft. I almost feel like begging some Blizzard employees I have on Skype and being like, please make this happen. Go on. Stargate is coming down, so maybe this will be the one game, but probably more likely just going to be coming down with Phoenix or Oracles there. So, a little bit of harassment from Patience. The Overlord, can it see it? Yes, it can. Gets a good little look. He goes, yep, that's a Stargate. Better think about Spore Crawlers. Better think about Ling Hydra. Is a great composition up against that early Stargate because, obviously, the Stargate doesn't open up any tech paths towards splash damage. No Storms, no Colossi, in which case, high DPS output units, Lings and Hydralisks are fantastic. Oracle coming down first, so this is a bit more of an investment, and as it's being scouted, a Spore is already on its way. No Golden can see that Oracle, but Patience cannot see that there is an Overlord just chilling there. So he isn't aware that he's been scouted as of yet. That causes him some problems. But if we come and check over, 3 Spores coming down. You also know that it's the Oracle as well, and that causes it a lot more of a problem. Because once you know it's an Oracle, you know just to hug your queens up towards that Spore Crawler and you're safe. An Oracle does beat a queen in a one-on-one fight, but a Spore Crawler heavily tips it in favor of, obviously, of the Zerg player. So in comes the Oracle now, the Queen already engaging. Gonna have to back out the Spore Crawler there. Oracle only takes shield damage though, so can come back, trying to find a bit more damage later on if need be. A couple of additional gateways taken, plus one coming down from Patience, as well as now a third base being established up. Very quick expansion coming down here in terms of that third. Really needing to keep up with Golden, who went hatch pull. He himself played a very economic opening, already up to those 64 drones, not having lost a single one yet. Lair coming down, a fifth gas on its way. There's already two taken at the third and natural base. Hallucinated Phoenix trying to come through, trying to get that scout. Takes a look at the gas count, gets a good little peek there. Gonna see the lair timing as well, that's quite important. And right on cue, there is that Hydra Den. Hydralisks, Lings, great up against a Stargate opening as a general rule. Interestingly, we've got a Twilight Council coming down from Patience off the back of this. So he could be going towards that High Templar tech, could be just getting that in order to start up his +2 upgrade. And due to the Chrono Boost coming down on the Forge already, I suspect that what he is going for, although a little bit of a bump spending that Chrono Boost before it gets started. We got a lot of Lings here, speed about to kick in for Golden as he wants to try and force this third down. But with a Mothership Core with enough energy to Photon Overcharge, plus that Photon Cannon there anyway, I suspect Golden isn't going to be able to move in with just the Lings. Instead, running straight towards the natural base. There was actually a gap in the wall, nothing there. Some Lings go for it. This is a big opening for Golden. He can get a lot of damage done. Going to take down this pylon that is the only pylon powering that Stargate. Down it goes. Twilight Council potentially could also fall. The danger is these units can't really get pulled back too quickly because that would then expose the third base. Still coming through. We've got a couple more shots coming down from these Lings, trying to engage as best they can. A few more Lings coming down from the south. That's 9 worker kills, by the way, for those Zerglings, as well as taking out that pylon. More units flooding across the map. We've got a lot of additional Hydralisks here. And without any splash damage, that's going to hurt. The Mothership Core gets taken out. That is a massive loss. Without that Mothership Core, no Photon Overcharge. That really exposes this third Nexus. It's now an Oracle, a handful of Gateway units up against this very sizable and ever-growing Zerg force. Golden knows that he just got a massive win. Preparing to move forward. Preparing to engage. Where is he going to go for this? Wants to avoid those force fields as best he can. In come the Lings. They get a good connection immediately. The Stalkers and Sentries aren't fantastic against that. The Oracle gets focused down by those Hydras, but a beautiful concave. Great connection. Is going to be able to snipe off a heck of a lot of these units. A new Mothership Core is out, but nowhere near enough energy for an overcharge. GG. And Golden advances over Patience, coming back from that 1-0 down after losing game number 1. And that means that he advances into the next stage.